Hello and welcome to Chris's Retro Corner. Today we're having a look at this ZX81. Now we've seen this before and the keyboard's non-responsive. Unfortunately, as I've taken it apart in the past, the keyboard ribbon cable has become brittle and has snapped, so this resulting in a non-responsive keyboard there, which is a little bit of a shame. But a little bit of research on some web forums, some Facebook groups, it looks like I might have a shot at trying to repair this in a bit of a quick and easy way. So we'll start off by taking this apart. The more observant of you might have noticed that I've completely forgotten to use a mat. There we go. There we go, that's a little bit better. So the idea is here that the membrane for the keyboard is split into two halves. And there are two connectors on the motherboard of this micro, and with a little bit of luck I might be able to trim down one of the connections, thus finding a good working bit of there it is a good working bit of the cable. Okay, so if I carefully try and take that apart, okay, so I haven't reconnected it last time I had it out, but you can see here, if we zoom in just a little bit here, we can see the two connectors here. This one's empty. This one, unfortunately, is still got a little bit of the cable there, where it's literally sheared clean off. You can see the break there. Yeah, what a shame. So the idea here is going to be to try and peel back the cable to allow enough good cable to be used. So that's what I'm going to try and do. So I'll put the computer to one side. Just have a quick look how this is constructed. So this is two parts. You see this cable here is starting to look a little bit worn, but hopefully that's okay. But this one here is literally just cracked and crazed the whole way along. So what I'm proposing to do is cut this across here, reshape this bit, and hope that this is making a good connection. What I might do as well, because these are old, fragile, you know, this is a 1981 computer. We can get replacement keyboards, which it seemed like quite an option. However, everything I've read about them, whereas they're great, you know, they're manufactured to a very high standard, they come up a little thicker than the original, and even though people say they didn't like these back in the day, they were terrible to type on. Yeah, apparently the old ones are the best ones. I did contemplate a sort of a tactile push button version. They stand a little bit sort of thicker, but yeah, let's see if we can give this a go first. So what I'm looking at doing is extending this down here just a little bit, sort of very carefully, because otherwise, you know, if we haven't got this staggered cut out here, we're not going to be able to put it in the circuit board. So let's have a go. As much as I can be, trying to be careful. We'll just cut that a little bit longer see if I can cut a corner, as it were. I guess it doesn't need to be perfectly rounded, so just to minimise our contact with this, and I'll just pop that across there. It's not quite square, I'll square that up. Okay, super. And then I'll also just take that straight across there. Just try and clean that up as best I can. Okay. So thinking about this, I wanted to try and sort of reinforce this in some way, just a little bit. So the only thing I can think of doing is sort of adding perhaps a bit of tape behind it. On modern keyboards, if you've taken apart, say, a laptop or anything over the last even 10 years, most ribbon connectors inside a laptop will have a little bit of tape on them, and thus offering up a little bit more support and stability. So this is where I'm going with this idea. Now, just thinking that I might be able to put a bit of backing on these. So that's the metal on that side, and again the connection's made on this side on there. So I'll be putting some sticky tape just on the back. I say sticky tape, I'm not entirely sure if this is sort of your traditional named brand sticky tape. I don't think so. It's a huge reel. I've got no idea where I got this from originally. So yeah, who knows? With a little bit of luck, it'll come in helpful right now. So oops. Go a fair way down. Just gently pop that on. At the end of the day, like I said, you can buy replacement keyboards for these. I'd like to keep it sort of original as possible, really, because part of why I'm doing the channel is sort of experience these computers, because most of them I missed sort of first time round. My friend Nigel Cooper in the village I grew up in had a ZX81 back in the day, as the saying goes, and he I remember being around his once, and we tried to get something to load from tape. I can't remember what it was, and we had such a terrible problem doing it. We never did load and play whatever we were going to. So that was my first experience of a ZX81. Back in the day when I was, crikey, that's I think 7 or 8, I guess. But yeah, I haven't really seen them much since. I got a VIC 20. I got a Commodore VIC 20 for around my 9th birthday, and yeah, I mean colour computer as it was, and there wasn't really much looking back after that. So part of what I'm doing is sort of looking back at maybe what I've missed out on, perhaps. Sort of refamiliarising myself with some of the systems from way back when. This is looking a little ham-fisted, I'll be honest. But yeah, it's, like I say, it's a case of let's see if we can make it work. Okay, there we go. That's that bit done. Just a quick by the by, just in case you've been looking at this out of the corner of your eye, or the corner of the camera. This is quite an early ZX81. It's got quite an early date code chip there. The ULA has 8102 written on top of that, so it really is quite an early version of the ZX81. There's also a 1A revision board there. It does look used. It's nice to see that it's had the possibly the RAM expansion, or maybe something else, maybe the printer attached. But like I say, at the corner of your eye, you probably noticed this is a composite mod. Based on a design by Jules Colombi, and it's made by a chap called Ricky Alkazim. I've done some testing on this. It's here at the moment, although disconnected. We're just using the RF for the moment. So have a look at one of my other videos and see if you can see this one there. Right, we've left that little bit. There we go. Cool, blimey. You can. That's interesting. So just as I was removing that, you can see that perhaps that's broken. That's broken more. It's broken further. You can see where perhaps it's supposed to end. So maybe there's still a little bit of this cable underneath those connectors. If there is, it's going to be pretty tricky to get hold of. But yeah, let's hope not. Let's hope I can actually get this going. So, the reverse of the process then. Let's see if this works. So, bear with me as I'm doing this. Really don't want to rush this. I say the cable is really fragile. I'm pretty sure they weren't designed to be pulled out of and pushed into these little connectors too often. Somewhere around, somebody's probably got a really good method of reconnecting these. Probably involves putting something behind the cable as you feed them in. It does feel like quite a tight connection as this is going in. It's very hard to sort of show you on camera. It's very hard to tell whether it's truly in well. Also, looks like that might be parallel. So the trick is going to come with the other one. This is slightly, of course, this is now slightly different length. Trying to feel that go into the connector. Maybe not, who knows. It's all going to be a little bit hit and miss, this one. think that's in there. Let's see if we can pop this back together again and give it a quick test. Haven't quite managed to locate that correctly. Okay, looks a bit better. Oops. No, still haven't got that right. There we go. For the time being, I think we'll only put one screw back in. Call me pessimistic, but I'm assuming I'm going to be back in here really soon. I really hope this works. Okay, so there we go, back together. Pop the telly back on. And fingers crossed, we may have a working keyboard. Okay, well, I can see something there. I don't think the tuning's particularly great. So look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0. This is good so far. New line. Ooh, plot. There we go. It's picked up the code on the key. Just going to keep going. It's looking pretty good so far. I'm seeing a response for each of the keys, which is pretty great. Yeah. Try shift. Oh yeah. There we go. Got to press. Oh, I don't know what I've done there. I've lost some of the tuning. There we go. That's a bit better. So where were we? S Q G H K L Z X C B. Please. Well, there we go. Looks like it's working. Quick and easy fix. Fingers crossed it might last a little while. And yeah, we can have we start having some fun with my ZX81. Look at that. I'm a poet and I didn't know it. Last move. There we go. I think I won. Bloody hell. Well, thank you ever so much for joining me. I look forward to seeing you again in another video soon.